Hey, what's up guys? My name's Brian and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at this Earthquake XT 3/8 cordless ratchet from Harbor Freight. This is item number EQ38RXT. Now, just for comparison's sakes, we're going to look at this Milwaukee 3/8 cordless ratchet 2457 as well, just for comparison's sake, because they are pretty similar in price. We had the Earthquake XT, it's coming in at $99 with a coupon that you can get from Harbor Freight. Now, the Milwaukee 3/8 cordless ratchet is a little bit more difficult because you can find this bare tool on Home Depot for $119 right now. And if you wanted to buy the kit, 1.5 amp hour battery, charger, and a bag, it's going to cost you about $157. While this kit for $99.99 comes included with a hard shell case, 2 amp hour battery, and a charger. Now, the reason I said that this is similar in price because you can find a better deal on this. For instance, on Amazon right now, it's about $84 for a bare tool, $85 for a bare tool. And you can buy a 2 amp hour kit with a charger and a 2 amp hour battery for around $40 on Amazon. So you're looking at about $120. So this is $20 more than this, but this comes with a 5-year warranty. This comes with a 90-day warranty. So if you factor in the warranty to give you an extra 2 years, you're looking at another $20. So we're putting these things pretty equal in that aspect. Now, this is not a video of a case to whether you should buy the Milwaukee or the Earthquake. This is simply a review of the Earthquake with the Milwaukee being used for comparison. So let's start off with some specs, and we'll start off with the Milwaukee first. Now, this claims 250 RPMs with 35 foot-pounds of torque, while the Earthquake XT is claiming 170 RPMs and 60 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this probably can't do 60 pounds, but I'm also going to go out on a limb and say I don't care if it can do 60 pounds because I don't know why that's a big deal or why they would advertise that, to be honest with you, because I don't care about torque on a 3/8 ratchet. I'm more interested in speed. I'm more interested in something smaller, slimmer that I can fit in other places that maybe I couldn't fit an impact in. Now, if I was looking at a 3/8 impact, then I'm going to be more worried about torque. But I can't think of any situations to where I would need to have this ratchet be a high torque tool where I couldn't just simply apply the torque myself or use an impact. So I am going to check it just for fun, and we're going to check the 35 too, just for fun. But with that being said, I'm more interested in speed. Now, I have put a little something together here, and we're going to have these go head to head and see which one's faster. We're going to see if the Milwaukee is that much faster because we're looking at this being about a third faster, roughly, than this Earthquake XT. So we'll find out. But let's take a comparison of these two. Now, right off the bat, we can see a pretty big size difference in these two ratchets. We also notice a big difference in the size of these heads. The head on the Earthquake XT is twice the size of this Milwaukee. We can get a measurement. Looking at the Milwaukee coming in about 1.165 in head width. With comparison to the Earthquake XT, we're looking at around 1.572, 73. So we can see that that's a pretty big difference. And coming in on the width, we're looking at the Milwaukee being about 759 thousandths, while the Earthquake coming in at about 1.020. So that's a pretty big difference. The Earthquake having over an inch head width and with a width of around 400 thousandths thicker than the Milwaukee. So pretty big head difference. Does that make a difference? Which one's better? You know, like I said, this isn't a comparison about which one is better. This is more of a getting a look at a tool that I own and comparing it to that. But as far as head thickness goes, you're obviously going to want a slimmer head. But when it comes to something like this, I feel like it hurts you because if we turn around and look at the back of these ratchets, we can see the switch on the Earthquake. It protrudes out really nice. It's big. I can get a hold of it. I can switch this tool really easily. But when we compare that to this Milwaukee, we can see this head is barely protruding past the back. And I almost have to have a pair of tweezers to get in here to turn this. And if you have any gloves on, you can forget about it. My fingers are too fat for me to turn that. That is one weakness with this Milwaukee tool that I really don't like. Now, one of the first things, obviously, besides the aesthetics of this tool, I really do like the aesthetics of this tool. It looks really nice. I love that this has an aluminum body here. I love the black. I love the red, so it looks really good. It feels really heavy duty. It feels pretty well balanced in my hand with a battery. Without a battery, you can definitely feel a lot of heaviness in this head, so it is a really good and balanced tool. And so is the Milwaukee. This Milwaukee is a lot lighter than this Earthquake with a battery. We'll get a weight. Milwaukee coming in at 1 pound, 15.4 ounces, while the Earthquake XT is going to be coming in at 2 pounds, 15.3 ounces. So, as I said, this Earthquake is a lot heavier than this Milwaukee, around a pound heavier to be exact. Now, a couple things on this cordless ratchet that I noticed off the bat that I do not like. First off, when we take a look at this switch, this paddle is just, it protrudes way too far out. I foresee that if you use this tool on a daily basis, that you're gonna rip this off. Somehow, some way, it's gonna get caught up on something and it's gonna rip off. So there is way too much play in that paddle. They definitely need to correct that if they ever come out with a revised model on this. Another thing I don't like about this is it has no LED light whatsoever. So you turn it on, no LED. Is that a big deal? No, not a humongous deal, but it is something that's really nice to have. There's been plenty of times where I've had to use an LED light on a tool, so definitely is something that I feel like should be included in this. One last thing that I feel is a pretty big deal that I do not like at all is there's no indication on the battery or the tool to let you know how much juice you have in this battery. So you're completely in the dark, and if you want my advice, if you buy this tool, buy the extra battery, because this charger takes a long time to charge. It takes a whole lot longer to charge one of these batteries than it does to charge one of those Milwaukee batteries. And that's evident with the charger on the Earthquake putting out 1.5 amps versus the Milwaukee putting out 3 amps. So that is a pretty big difference. That's another thing I feel like should be upgraded if they ever upgrade these tools. So the big things that are a downside of this tool so far: no LED, no battery indicator, the charger takes way too long to charge, and this paddle will eventually rip off. If I was to make a prediction, am I right? I don't know. I'm just making a prediction. That's way too much play, and I could really see somebody ripping this off really easy. So with that being said, besides those, great looking tool, nice, heavy, beefy tool, feels good in my hand. Love the size of the head on it. Love the back switch on it. Love the aesthetics of this tool. This tool is a pretty tool, so they're definitely on the right track with this one. With that being said, let's go ahead and we're going to test out the torque rating on this, and we're going to put these up head to head speed-wise and see if both of the claims are true, whether or not the Milwaukee will be around 1/3 faster than this Earthquake. Let's take a look. I've fully charged both of these batteries. Both of these batteries are 2 amp hour batteries. And as we can see, when we look at these batteries a little closer, we can see they're pretty similar. And we can also see that the cells come from Korea from both batteries, but yet the Earthquake XT has further processing in Taiwan, while the Milwaukee has further processing in China. But yet both of these tools are made in China. So I cannot verify or show you how much juice is in the Earthquake XT. You're just going to take my word for it. But I can show you the Milwaukee. And as we see, the Milwaukee is full. Now, this is just a 3HU bolt. And I've got these ran down as close as humanly possible. It's not precise. It's not scientific. But we're just going to look for any big gaping holes. And we're going to see if this thing is 1/3 faster than Earthquake XT. I'm going to attempt to start them both at the same time. Going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. So we can see there that the Milwaukee is quite a bit faster. We'll go ahead and run one and forward all the way down. I'm going to flush these up best I can. All right, they're both flush. Let's run them down, see which one goes faster. 3, 2, 1, go. So we can see quite a big speed difference. Now let's go ahead and check the torque claims on these ratchets, and then we'll end this. Okay, first off, I'm gonna torque down the Milwaukee for the 35 foot-pounds, and we'll try that first. .3, so I'm pretty close there. Now I'm not gonna do anything but squeeze this paddle. I will put no force on this whatsoever except to try to hold the ratchet steady. So here we go. Now that battery's fully charged, but just for fun, I've got the 4 amp hour battery. It's fully charged as well, as you see. So just so there's no confusion, and just to show you, definitely in reverse. Try it again. So obviously this Milwaukee is shutting down. It's way too much torque. They claim 35. That's all I got on there is 35. So without even touching anything, let's go ahead and see if the Earthquake can do the 35. You can see. Reverse. Once again, I'm doing nothing but squeezing the trigger. So I don't think there's even any need necessary to test the 60. So I think that's enough, man. Let's end this. Gonna let you know what I think. Okay, so we got to look at the torque, and I already knew, man. I mean, I didn't know if the Milwaukee could do the 35, but you seen it couldn't do the 35, and I already knew that thing wasn't going to do 60 foot-pounds. But as I said, man, that don't even matter. That's, you know, they must put that on there as shock factor, like, oh, look, 60 foot-pounds, that thing's powerful. Let me get it. And, you know, I don't know if the Milwaukee puts that on its box or not, but when it comes to something like this, man, ignore whatever. If something like that, if it says 60 foot-pounds, ignore that, bro. Look for the RPMs. Now, with that being said, we did see that the Milwaukee is a lot faster than this Earthquake. Does that matter? You know, it depends on what you're using it for, man. If you're using this thing at home, then is those couple 4 seconds going to make a difference? No. If you're using this professionally, are those 4 seconds going to make a difference? You know, maybe over time. You know, what are you going to save yourself every 20 times you run a bolt that big? You're going to save yourself 60, 80 seconds. So, I mean, over time, I guess it could, you know, equal money. But I think it's going to depend on a lot of other things versus just the speed. For instance, the size of these ratchets, the head size of these ratchets, the ease of on and off of these ratchets. Both of these ratchets have their strengths. Both of these ratchets have their weaknesses. The strengths of this ratchet, battery indicator, LED light, fast, and then the battery platform is big if you want to consider that. What's the weaknesses of this ratchet? I think the main weakness of this ratchet is the head. The head size, pretty small, man, really small. This switch, bro, this switch is just, it's really a pain, man, especially if your hands are cold and you're trying to, I mean, my fingers are not the biggest fingers in the world. I couldn't imagine some of my buddies trying to do this, man, because they got some big old Flintstone hands. But you try to get on here, and if you got gloves on, it's not happening. And you're gonna take your gloves off, your hands are cold, you're sticking your little hands in there trying to turn it. That's, you know, that's a big pain, man. So that's a big weakness of that ratchet. Another weakness of the ratchet is the length, because when we're starting to talk about foot-pound capacity, which isn't nothing, man. As I said, we're talking about being able to apply torque to these ratchets manually. So the length advantage of the Earthquake is going to give you the ability to be able to put more torque on a fastener to loosen it or tighten it. Now let's talk about the obvious weaknesses of this tool. No LED, battery platform small, no battery indicator. A big, maybe a deal breaker for me is this paddle. It's a little bit, that's a little bit too loose, man. That thing's, you're gonna bend it, you're gonna rip it. Is that a big deal? I mean, you could probably still use this little plastic piece and work this thing, but I want my paddle to stay, you know, I would feel that a tool that's supposed to be of this caliber and a tool at this price point, this paddle wouldn't be like this. So that may be one of the deal breakers for me on this. What are the strengths of this tool? The looks, this thing looks great, looks amazing. The length of it, pretty big, robust tool, nice heavy tool, feels really well balanced. I really love the feel of this thing, I'm not even gonna lie. And the looks, did I mention the looks? Because I do like the black, man, it is really nice. I love the aluminum body. I feel like that's gonna be more durable over time. Is that the case? I don't know, it's just my personal belief and opinion that it probably would be. The head size has a big old beefy head on it, a big old beefy switch in the back. I can get a hold of it really easy. I could do it with gloves, I could do it in the cold. I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. And the kind of strength of it is the price. Pretty decently priced if you don't factor in a warranty with it. Once you start factoring in the warranty of these tools, they start losing their appeal a little bit to me. And I think that's a big downfall to Harbor Freight cordless tools. The fact that they don't give you a warranty. And I know why they don't give you a warranty, and I could do a video on that if you want, but no, but for real, you know, when you start adding a warranty on this, man, you're $120. You could get this for $120 on Amazon with a 5-year warranty, so it has a longer warranty already, and you have the ability to get into more tools because of having those M12 batteries already. So that's a big hole Harbor Freight needs to fill if they ever want to compete in the cordless tool market on a major scale, in my opinion. But, you know, who knows? Hopefully, you know, hopefully they seem to pay attention. So hopefully they will expand their line a little bit. And in my opinion, another thing that they need to do is stop coming out with so many names, man. Stick with a couple names. Earthquake XT, run it. You know what I mean? You don't need to come out with Baxter, Chief, Earthquake XT, blase, Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, you know, all these names. You don't need to keep coming out with those names, dude. Just run with a good one. Earthquake XT, that's our top. We're running with it. Icon, that's our top. We're running with it. Just my opinion, man. But another thing that could be a positive for you with this kit is the hard shell case. Me personally, I don't use a hard shell case, but when it comes to this tool right here, you might want to consider keeping that in the hard shell case, because throwing this in and out of your top drawer with this paddle is you're going to speed up the breaking process. So I do like the fact that they give you that case. The battery's pretty cheap, $25 for another 2 amp hour battery. The charger charges really slow, so if you're going to pick this up, go ahead and spring for the extra $25 battery. But all in all, man, I would say if you wanted to purchase this, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think it's a great tool. I think that they're on their way. I think that they'll get there. And, you know, me personally, obviously I did purchase it, but I'm going to give it away to a student in a tool cart that I'm going to fill with tools and donate it to a student here at a local community college. So hopefully they'll enjoy it. And like I said, great tool, man. I see nothing wrong with it. So I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go down and subscribe below, because I'll be doing more videos like this, including project tips, tool reviews, and more. So appreciate you watching. Till next time, stay real.